So a week back, I roughly talked about the Soviet tech tree, their potential Cold War tech tree to be exact, and in today's video we're going to be doing something similar, and that's going to be talking about the German tech tree, which is pretty self-explanatory because Germany is one of the biggest factions in Enlisted as of right now. And for recaps, this is the German tech tree that is a potential tech tree for the Cold War, meaning that this is completely done by myself. Enlisted has no part in this. This is just my suggestion of how a German tech tree should look like for Enlisted. And so without further ado, let's get started with German tech tree. Starting with tier 6, and before we even get on to tiers 7, 8, 9, 10, I would suggest that tier 6 be separated from tier 5. The Cold War stuff is the Cold War stuff, and the World War II stuff is just the World War II stuff. So without further ado, tier 6, tier 7, tiers 8, tiers 9, and tiers 10 should be in their own separate bracket. For small arms, we have the SKS-45, followed by the FAL, and in terms of LMGs, we have the RPK-75 rounds. And this is essentially based on the idea that the German tech tree is notably based on the West German and East German tech trees. This could be seen in the RPK and the FAL and the SKS-45. In terms of tier 7, we have both the SVD, the sniper, and the MP5, with the AKM and the G3. We also do have the RPD-1000 and the HK-21. In terms of tier 8, the AK-74U, the G3SG, the sniper version, and the AK-74 with the G3A2 with the 30-round variant. At tier 8, we also have two machine guns, the MG3 and the PKM. At tier 9, we have the AKM with the GP25 grenade launcher and the AK-74, and at tier 10, because Enlisted actually has this, I suggest the AUG at tier 10. In terms of the heavy equipment, at tier 7 we have the RPG-7, and at tier 8 we have the Malyushka and the 9K32 Strela 2, and of course at tier 9 we have the Panzerfaust 3 and the Strela 3. In terms of tier 10 we have the Milan and the RPG-18. The Milan is a very good, better improvement of the Malyushka, although the Malyushka was Soviet and the Milan is, I believe, West German / NATO built. In terms of the tanks, we have the PT-76 for East Germany and the Kanonen Jagdpanzer for West Germany. At tier 7, we have the T-55, the T-54, and the BTR-60. And at tier 8, we have the BMP-1 and the Marder-1. And at tier 9, we have the Leopard-1, the T-72, and the ZSU-23 for Schildka. And at tier 10, we have essentially West German stuff, and that is the Gepard and the Leopard-2. And I'm talking about the early Leopard-2, not the Leopard-2A4 or the Leopard-2A6s. In terms of aviation, we have a mix of both West German and American, and later German domestically built. These are at tier 6, the MiG-15 BIS and the F-86 Sabre, the MiG-19 and the Mi-4, the MiG-21 and the F-4F Phantom. And of course, at tier 9, we have the Su-22 and the Mi-24. And at tier 10, we have the Tornado and the MiG-29, of which the MiG-29, I believe, was given to East Germany. So that's that. In my personal opinion, Germany should be essentially two different countries. To be exact, it's West and East Germany, as historically it was done. And I've done this by replicating it in the German tech tree. Of course, the early part has most of the German weapons with the Soviet Union, whereas the later part mostly has Germany's domestically built weapons / better American equipment, especially in terms of the planes and in terms of the tanks. Although I would also have to argue that tier 5, the AUG, is pretty good. The entire reason for this is the fact that Germany, historically during this time, was once again two separate countries, so that is why the entire system. In my personal opinion, I do not think the matchmaking could handle two separate Germanys, but although if Enlisted decides to do this, it will not be unideal. On the other hand, I do think Enlisted should essentially take the tier 6 to tier 10 idea with a little more basis, in the sense that tiers 1 through 5 should be in their own separate tech tree, and tiers 6 and 10 should be in their own separate, essentially, matchmaking system. What we have as of right now from the latest leaks about the jets, it appears that it's just going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 all put into one tech tree, which is not fun if you ask me. So that's that. In my personal opinion, this is the German tech tree. Comment in the comment section down below, what do you guys think? Because after all, guys, this is a suggestion on my behalf, and I would like to see or hear your guys' opinions. So without further ado, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.